Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about how to make a screen window for free. Now when I say free, there's several ways of computing that. Actually, I did make a screen window yesterday using some materials that I had purchased, and so what was left over is free. Another way to look at it is what I actually spent for the materials for this project, for more than one window, was a total of about $15 less, a $5 discount that was being given on a coupon from the hardware store. I don't know if you deal with Ace Hardware, but every month they send out little coupons. If you spend $20 or more, you get $5 off if you use your special coupon, which I did. Of course, you've got to spend $20, and I didn't have that much invested in this project, so I did have to buy some candy bars, and I found a magnifying glass I really liked to get it over $20. But just talking about the cost for the screening material, which is really all I really needed to purchase, that was about $10 net, and from that, 4 different windows could be made, so it's $2.50 worth of screening material for each window, which is almost free. Okay, now there's also another main ingredient required that arguably has to be purchased, and that's duct tape. But most of us already have duct tape around, so I'm not counting that as a cost item. The use of duct tape, of course, is legendary. Pilots here in Alaska use duct tape to fix their airplanes and patch up the wings when they have holes ripped in them, the cloth material that the Piper clubs are made out of. Duct tape is used for so many different things that people have written books about it, and then I think if you just go on the internet, you'll find lists of things that duct tape is good for. So add this as one more thing to the list of things that duct tape is useful for. That's the making of a free screen window. The other major item that you're going to need for this project is a large piece of cardboard. And if you go to Costco, you'll find on the shelves at Costco that they have these large pieces of cardboard that separate the items that are on the shelves. And if you find a shelf where most of the items have been taken, there'll be maybe 1 or 2 things left. You could grab that piece of cardboard and they'll let you take it out the door free, which is exactly what I did with this piece of cardboard. So there are a few tools that we'll want to have. The primary one that I like is this cutting knife. This is a carpet cutting tool. I inherited it from my dad, and when we get to the cutting part of this, I'll show you how that works. If you don't have a carpet cutting tool, you can always, of course, use a box cutter, and that works equally as well, but I prefer the shape of the pull down carpet cutting tool. It just worked great on cardboard and carpet, obviously. The other item you'll need is a good sturdy yardstick. This is helpful to measure the window first, of course, and then to measure the cardboard. Now on this particular project, the window that I made yesterday is already in place, and you can see the final product. So I measured the height that I would need for the cardboard insert. It was about 36 and 3/4 inches, and then the width that I would need was 24 inches. So that's the outside dimensions of the cardboard for my standard sized window here. And like I said, for the screening material, we don't need, of course, that much. We need less because we'll be putting the screening material and duct taping it to the cardboard frame after we cut the frame out. And I did some little calculations here. The roll of screening material that I got at Ace Hardware was 84 inches long and 36 inches by 84 inches. And from that one roll of screening material, I could cut it into 4 pieces that were 30 inches by 21 inches, which is the size that I needed for each window. And here is the screening material that I got from Ace Hardware. And I note I've already used 24 inches of it. I've got enough left for 3 more windows, but I really only need 2 for this project, so I'll have some leftover screening material when I'm done. And if I had more windows, I could make more, and then I could reduce the expense per window even down to that $2.50. Or if you just want to charge it all to the first window, everything else after that is free. Another thing you might want to have for actually you will need to have is a good pair of scissors. And here's the scissors that I used to cut the screening material. It cuts out very easily. It's made out of aluminum, and it cuts very, very nicely with just a standard pair of scissors. If you don't have the yardsticks, you can of course use a tape measure. That's a backup alternative. The other thing that's very important are pencils. And I have two pencils here, and the reason I have two pencils is because when I started drawing the cutout portion for the screen window from the cardboard, I find that the lead is already used up when I'm halfway through the project, so I have an extra pencil ready to go, and I can complete it without having to go down and sharpen the first one. I think we've covered everything that we need in terms of materials. So let's just imagine for a minute that we've already taken the screen and we got ready to cut it. And here we are after having drawn the size that we need for the window. And as you can see here, what I've measured is 6 inches from the top and 6 inches from the bottom and 4 inches on each side. Now the reason I have that frame of that size is because we're going to be inserting this in the window, and it needs some flexibility and rigidity to stay in place. So this will be the actual covering of the window into the window frame, and then the hole will be where we put the screen. Of course, we'll tape the screen along the edges between the two sides and the top and the bottom. And just to show you how easy it is to cut with my favorite cutting tool, here's a demonstration. Just follow your cut down line, and there you go, and ready for the insert. And I do the same thing for the outside, because this cardboard of course is bigger than what I need. And just continue that all the way through. Take your screen, make sure that you have it overlapping so that the duct tape will reach on the screen and also go to close to the edge. The same thing with the top, so you'll have a frame within a frame. Take your duct tape, take it out, pull it across, and you've got it inserted. So that's as simple as that. You'll have yourself a free window screen. And again, this is what it will look like when it's completed. This is the one that was made yesterday. So have fun making your own free window screens, and thanks to Costco and to Ace Hardware for helping make this project possible. Thank you.